Do you miss the bars? I know I do. I miss the hot wings. I miss the jukebox. I miss the random conversation with people just talking about whatever's going on. COVID has destroyed social life as I know it. So, here today, I'm going to teach you a few quick cocktails with a friend of mine how to bring the nightlife into your home so you're not missing anything. So, stay tuned and you can have drinks with J. Roche. So thank you for coming back. I'm here with Lamont Darrien,
Hello.
and he is a good friend of mine. We go way, way, way back. We actually went to Art Institute together, and he is one of the most sought out mixologists. I make sure I say
Right.
mixologist
Difference.
in the tri-state area. So I asked him to come on today to show us some quick drinks that we could make at home, but still give you a fancy feel. I'm not sure if any of you guys are like me, where you miss going to bars and clubs and paying for overpriced drinks, and then you look at your debit card at the end of the night and you be like, why? I do miss it a little bit, but we want to bring that same exact feel into the comfort of your own kitchen. So, what drinks are we making today?
So today we're going to make a rendition of our old fashioned, but it's going to be very sweet. She told me she liked your bean, honey, moon. So we're going to use that. It has maple, it has cinnamon. It's going to have a lot of other things, and also we're going to make it smoke a little bit. And then the last drink is going to be a margarita, kind of like a bitter, sweet, different ingredients we're going to use for that.
Okay. So, yes, I do like honey. All the ingredients that you actually just listed does sound like, it gives me like a woodsy kind of feel, like, cabin-ish, outdoor vibe. So what's our first step?
So our first step is always you want to put ice, right? So we're going to grab the ice out and put the glove on. Enough to, make the drink cold. You don't want to give anybody a hot drink, right?
No.
No, unless it's...
I mean, a hot toddy.
Yeah, hot toddy, that's about it, right? So since we were making this and we drunk plenty of times together, we're going to put some alcohol in this one, all right? So we're going to start with the Jim Beam.
And sorry, y'all, the last time I had one of his drinks, I had to walk down like the longest flight of steps ever. I promise you, I don't know how I made it down the steps. I don't know how I made it to my car. I don't know how I made it home, let alone park in the driveway and park straight.
All right, so we're going to add the Jim Beam. What is our bourbon? To our mason glass. All right, there we go. We're going to add another one because it's me and her drinking this.
You can add a third one.
So we're going to do 3. Say no more.
Sorry, I like it a little heavy.
So, yeah, we're going to use the maple syrup. Maple syrup is very thick, so you got to, use it sparingly a little bit. There we go. So that's 1 shot of maple syrup because we're making 2 different drinks here. So then we have...
Now, does it matter the type of maple syrup, like grade A, grade B?
It depends on if you want to spend the money or not.
Okay, all right.
You can use Aunt Jemima's. It don't really matter. And then, this is not...
That's syrup flavor.
I don't need
Just
that
let you
to come
know.
off. And this right here is Demerara syrup with cinnamon. Demerara syrup is basically your simple syrup made with sugar from the raw. All right.
And you make that yourself?
Yep. Just equal parts water, equal parts sugar. Well, raw sugar from the raw. Then add a couple cinnamon sticks. Did I say that right?
That's all right.
So now what we're going to do is add our bitters. So 2-3 dashes. 1, 2. All right. 2, 1, 2, 3. So this right here is aromatic bitters and orange bitters.
You sure this is something somebody could do at home?
Yeah.
All right.
Yep. This is stuff you can make by yourself. Especially like maple syrup is always in your kitchen.
Pantry.
Most people don't really use cinnamon, so you walk in, the cinnamon in the back of the cabinet. So now what we are going to do is stir this down. We're not going to shake it. You want to shake the next street. So when you stir, you want to go from the side. not a Kool-Aid stir though. It's a regular, stir. All right. So I'm gonna grab my strainer. Use my old fashions, and we're gonna see how this really tastes. All right. And there we go.
Black Forest. It sounds like a man. A manly drink.
So another thing that people don't know is most drinks are like 3 ounces.
So you gonna charge me a dub for 3 ounces?
Yep.
Okay.
Especially depending on what it is. But I'm not done.
But I mean, I understand like quality, so we can't put a price point on it and say, oh, you're charging me X, Y, and Z. Hold on, what's this little gadget?
So this right here is a smoker. I already put apple wood chips in there.
Mm-hmm.
Come on.
Oh, he's fancy.
Come on. Don't do this to me. Yeah, is it up all the way? Because it should just be able to grab the flame. It's not grabbing the flame.
Let me hold it to the side.
Yeah, go ahead. Put it on that wood chip.
It's burning.
All right, here we go.
Assistant.
And this is to give it a little bit more flavor.
Oh, you
Don't burn the
really
house.
you ain't come to play.
Yeah, don't burn the house down.
Now, I don't know who the hell got a wood smoker in the house, but if you do, invite me over for the drinks.
Yeah.
But
yeah, that's that, and it just gives it an extra feel. So this is reason
I'm in
why
a hookah lounge.
this be the reason why the drink is $25. Getting smoke to it.
Yeah, all these damn what's it called? What's the magic guys? You know, I'm talking about the guys that do the tiger and all that.
Oh, the brothers?
Yeah.
I don't know their name.
But yeah, you got all these like dramatic effects. That's why I can see it costing them this much money.
Yeah. So let's see how this tastes.
Oh, it's ready?
Yeah.
All right.
Well, nope, my bad. See, this is why I lost a competition before. Got my garnish. So what you want to do is just express the orange peel over it, and that releases the oils when you bend it like that. If you zoomed in, you'd probably be able to see it actually moved a little bit.
All right, so now we like Instagram ready.
Ready?
Cheers. It actually really tastes good.
Do you taste the apple in the back?
So the apple hits me, I feel like at the end.
At the end,
Yeah. So one little thing about me, I'm not gonna say that I'm the most knowledgeable person on food, and I am a foodie. I like for my food and drinks to break down, like at different times, one piece at a time. So I want to feel this first and then that,
right.
And so forth. I like it to be layered. I don't want it just to be,
The only thing I probably should have put more cinnamon in it because I don't taste the cinnamon. But most people don't like the taste of cinnamon.
Now, since I don't know what it was supposed to taste like, I can't compare.
I don't either. I came up with this recipe when you called me.
That's why he's a mixologist and not a bartender.
I never made this in a day in my life.
But it tastes really well. Like I said, it's good. I can taste the orange peel. I can taste the honey. I can taste the maple syrup. So I'm not missing the cinnamon. All right. So you did a good job.
Yeah.
So Black Forest. Okay. So this drink was amazing, and I already feel like a little tingle in my bones. So I guess that's a good thing.
Right.
But just for
My hand's hot.
So just for everybody at home, let's recap everything that was in this cocktail because, we want to make it plain.
Right.
That they got it.
All right. So the first thing is obviously Jim Beam honey. You can get this in the store. It's real easy. Then you had maple syrup. Doesn't really matter which one you use. Depends
Grade
on
A or B.
Yeah, doesn't really matter. And then you have demerara syrup. What I said before is basically raw sugar and water equal parts. And then I also put cinnamon in, so it's technically cinnamon simple syrup. And then you have these lovely things here.
Hold on one second. So for people at home, because we want to make this as plain as possible.
Right.
Simple syrup.
Mm-hmm.
How do you make your simple syrup?
Basically simple syrup is equal parts water, equal parts sugar. That is it.
And you boil it on the stove?
You boil it on the stove. You put it wherever you want it, whatever decanter you want to. And boom, strawberries, bananas. Bananas take too long. You do that, have fun. But yeah. So then what we have next is our bitters. Bitters, I'm making a layman's term, is your like vanilla extract of the bartender. That's basically what that is.
So why do you use them for drinks?
It's just like you use like 3 drops for like vanilla cake or anything. The same thing to change the flavor profile real fast.
Okay.
Yeah, so that's why. So this right here is Aromatic Bitters. Angostura came from Trinidad, by the way. A little tidbit.
Shout out to all my Trini folks. Mm-hmm.
Yep. And this Fee Brothers. Fee Brothers is a big one too. But yeah.
And that's an orange flavor.
Yep, orange flavor. I got root part at home. I got smoke. I got pepper. I got a bunch of different flavors with bitters at home.
So,
like
for those of you that do bake, you probably do know what he was explaining as far as the apple cider. What? The vanilla extract and the lemon. It could be like the smallest drop, and it'll take your recipe to the next level. So, whatever he did, those, you know.
I love ginger ale, and I'll take 2 shots of orange bitters, and now I got orange soda.
Fancy.
Root part bitters, now I got root part soda.
Root part sound like something that would be on Doug. Or Hey Arnold, something. It sounds like a cartoon flavoring. Okay, so we're down. We made our Black Forest. And we are going to move into our next cocktail. Could you explain to me what that is?
So, this is a margarita. If anybody knows me, I love margaritas. I love old fashions, so I kind of got both of them here. But we're going to use things that most people don't think about. So, you got your grapefruit, you got your bell pepper. We're going to use both of them. And actually, I want to shout out one of my students. She actually made one of these drinks with watermelon in the summertime. She killed it. One of the best cocktails I had.
So, students, tell us, students, you're a teacher?
Oh, yeah. So, I'm a mixology instructor. Mix It Up is the school, and yeah, so it's the school, and we come back around. Put it like that.
Okay.
We come back around because of the COVID. We had to stop a lot of stuff. So yeah.
And speaking of COVID, so explain how did COVID affect you in your business? Like, what did it do as far as like not being able to work or socialize? You know, I know the gist of being able to be a mixologist is being able to be in a bar setting or a restaurant, and you know.
Right. To be honest, it actually did me very well.
Really?
Yeah, it actually did me very well. It put fire out of my behind, if that makes sense. And I had to make like videos and stuff like that. So during that time, Duce called me. That was the biggest one. Like Duce hit me up and said, "Yo, I want you to do a video." I said, "What?" Yeah.
Okay.
Sent me out everything I needed, compensated me well. I'm like, all right, bet. But I did very well. I'm not gonna lie.
So the fire starter basically like it brewed some creativity, basically, like, you know,
it was
how to be able to do.
Again.
Yeah.
That's how I always look at things. I used to play football when I was younger, so it's fourth quarter and I'm at the end, and I'm like, all right, this could be the end. So I had to move and do some things the right way. Yeah.
So do you miss you? Well, now the city's starting to open back up, and I'm pretty sure you're getting calls left and right.
Y'all gonna see me at like 5 different bars.
Okay.
I'm not playing this year.
I'll be at all 5 because, like I said, I couldn't make it in the steps. It was a good not making it in the steps.
We going back there too. That's gonna be even better.
Okay, so let's get into this margarita. Right. Do we have a name for it? I'm just, you know, he has bell peppers, and I mean, I'm not typically. I like a spice. I had what's it called? A tahini. In my margarita on Sunday. I had a mango margarita with tahini, and it was amazing. Like, if you ever been to Jamaica, you can pull on the side of the road and they'll like crack open a mango for you, and they'll put like habaneros and stuff on it, so it reminds you of that feel. Yep. Okay. So maybe this.
So this is a margarita. We're gonna use grapefruit and bell peppers, like I said. This is just. You can use anything in the house. Like, I even go down to the egg whites. I'll get into that. But yeah, so what we're gonna do is we're going to do an ounce of lime juice. Well, no, we're making 2 for 2 people, right?
Yeah.
So we're not gonna do an ounce.
You get less lime juice when you're more tequila me.
I don't want to change. Yeah.
No, I'm not here to change. That's me being a little lushish.
So that's 1.5 ounces. And you might hear people say like 3 parts and stuff like that. Anytime they say parts, just take 1 part as an ounce.
Yeah, because like we want people at home to feel comfortable with making these cocktails. Right. I know for me, since COVID happened, I started getting my bar cart together because we couldn't go out. Right. So I had to figure out ways to entertain myself at home. Now I can make a good margarita on the rocks, a mean one. And I enjoy being home. I became a newfound homebody due to this. So hopefully you guys will pick up on some tips from this bell pepper margarita. Yeah. We still don't know the name yet.
we gonna grab grapefruit. You see I put the lime in. I need some type of liquid to help this extract the flavors from the grapefruit and the bell pepper. So this right here is called a muddler, not a murderer. So you gonna
now why do you muddle it?
That was a lot. Just to extract all of the
squishy.
Yeah. all of the flavors from everything. Like as soon as I smash this down, you can smell everything. It smells amazing actually. So you want to do this a couple times, get everything, all the juices and all of that out of it.
I love grapefruit. Do you like ting?
I do like ting. I actually love ting.
Does anybody know what ting is? Ting, you get it at the Jamaican store. Yep. It's a grapefruit soda.
Yep, in a green bottle. Yep. All right, so now that I got that, I'm gonna add a little more lime juice because I definitely spilled half of the lime juice out of there. I don't know why that happened, but it's hot. All right. I can kind of eye that, so that's why I didn't measure it. So,
well, that's because you're a professional. Yeah, we're doing this for the people at home that maybe not know.
Don't feel discouraged. I've been doing this for 9 years. So.
Now, could you see yourself doing anything else?
No, I really can't. Yeah, I would stay in nightlife until I get old. To be honest,
really?
I'll probably open up a restaurant. Yeah, but I can't see myself doing anything else. And when I was growing up, I actually thought about like working in the office with a suit. It did not work.
Now, like I said, Lamont Darrien, him and I go way back. We actually went to Art Institute together. Oh, hold on 1 second. What's that?
So this right here is, I was about to say another thing. So this right here is agave nectar. This is actually what tequila comes from. It's an agave plant. It's not a little small plant. It's about this big. Like it's huge. It's in the ground. It comes from Mexico, Jalisco, Mexico. So yeah, that's where you get it from. And you have other things like this right here. This is your reposado. So this means this has set 300 and how many days in a year? 356?
65.
365? What did I say? Ooh, that was bad. So 364 days. Oh, 364 days. That's how you get reposado. It sits in it depends on the company. It sits in a certain different barrel. And that's how it gets its color. So now people say they don't want to mix white and dark together. That is a myth.
Thank you. Thank you.
It's technically white. The only thing that colors it is the barrel as it sits in. And the reason why vodka is still clear because it doesn't sit in a barrel. It sits in a cask.
So you know what? I'm so happy that he said that. This goes to all you. I only drink brown. I only drink brown. Where the Henny at? As soon as the Henny runs out, now you back onto your Ciroc days or your Tito's, but that's only because it run out. It's the same thing. It's
different, obviously different ingredients, but
I'm drinking what's there. Okay, that's what I'm drinking.
So I'm gonna add some ice to this. Like we said, we don't want to drink a what's called warm cocktail. And as y'all see, one thing I did not use is juice, and lime juice is not considered juice, by the way. I just don't use it. I like to challenge myself. So, and everything's in a shake, by the way. So.
Okay, now.
All right, here we go.
All the dramatics.
Yep. You need it.
That's why he's a mixologist.
So, this right here, we're gonna give you this one because this is
fancier glass.
Definitely fancier. So tell me how it is.
Make sure you add some of them peppers in mine.
I got you.
I want all the fancy.
You have to garnish the drink. I learned that the hard way in a competition. I left my garnish on the table. I lost that competition because my garnish wasn't there.
And you know what? See, for me, I could care less about the garnish.
But that's part of this.
It is the experience. So this guy named Shiz, he used to own this bar called S Lounge.
Oh yeah, I used to be at S Lounge all the time. Yeah. 80s Baby Rick used to do this Tuesdays.
So one day he came into Coco's and I had made his drink, but I know him and we were like talking about making something like, here. He's like, where my garnish? And I'm like, you don't want that? He like, never do that. Like, give the customer their full experience because, if you're paying for it, don't think for them. Like, some people, even if they're not going to drink it, they may not touch it, that's their preference.
For the people that want to bartend, there's a lot of stuff to it. I'm telling y'all, there's a lot of stuff to it. But I will also say, a napkin down is a big thing.
Right.
That's part of customer service. 80% of bartending is customer service. That's really, really anything you work with people. But, so let me see.
Okay. You gonna make one for yourself?
I will.
All right.
I just wanted because I knew I had to fill that cup up. It's
Oh, it's really spicy. It really, my face.
You're not sweating, right?
No, I'm not sweating. Okay. Even though you're old fashioned. So you definitely can. You can taste the pepper. You taste a nice amount of the grapefruit. The tequila hits me, but it's not like overpowering. Right. So that's a good thing.
That's a real So I did 2.5 shots. So yeah. So.
This is really good.
Good. That's all I like to hear.
I was stating before he put out this fancy agave nectar. Lamont and I go way back. We went to Art Institute together. I think survey of fashion with him. Yeah. Maybe one or two classes.
Introduction to fashion?
It was 1 or 2 classes, but
that's a little tidbit that people don't know about me. I actually went to school for fashion design.
Yes, and I'm fashion marketing. You couldn't tell me that I wasn't going to be a creative director somewhere. But the interesting thing is, while I was at school with him, they probably didn't know I didn't get a lot of financial aid or student loans, so I had to bartend to pay for school. So yeah. So I started bartending when I attended Art Institute to pay for classes because they used to be on my head, coming to the cashier's office once a month, making them cash deposits. And I was in there walking like I just came out of Players Club with all these ones, paying for my classes. So I'm no stranger to bartending. So some of the things that he's talking about, I don't want you guys to think like I'm not asking any questions, but I do know just because I have been in the bartending field for a while. My family has owned bars for forever. The hell, my baby shower was actually inside a bar.
Oh, yeah, really?
Yeah, not me. Like I didn't have a kid. My parents had my baby shower at a bar. Don't call child services on them. But they actually.
Your baby shower was like, you got a kid?
No, but they had me in a car seat sitting on top of the bar. Okay. I was already here. And so I've been in the bar. I'm no stranger. No, I love it. I love all of it.
That's good.
Okay.
Yep. Any other questions?
So if you were having a lady over, what would be your go-to drink?
Well, one of the questions I always ask, what do they like to drink? The only thing I will not be making is a vodka cocktail. It's not happening. There's no way where I'm making a vodka cocktail.
And why is that?
Unless it's a cosmopolitan, because I just can't. Although I said, how would I put this? College, that was my vodka years. I'm out of college. At least what? How long have you been out of college?
A long time.
Yeah, I can't. But a Cosmo, yeah, I could drink that. But
I know you got that drink that you like. This right here is a like. What's the drink that's like? The ladies love. That's your go-to thing because you make it well. I'll sip while you think.
Well, I'll put it like this. Usually it's the shots. I don't really care too much about making it, but I would either make, depending on, it's a Negroni. This is one.
What's a Negroni?
Okay, so the Negroni I make is mezcal, Campari, sweet vermouth.
All these fancy words.
If you come to my class, I'll teach you all that. I'm actually the whiskey cordial liqueur instructor, by the way. So.
But tell them the name of your company so they can know, because we're just saying your class.
So I'm opening a new one. It's called the Art of Mixology. That's still in the works. You'll see. and the name is getting played with right now also. But I just put that out in the air. But you'll see me and my big sis Tasha. We'll be doing that again. So y'all will see us like y'all did before.
Okay.
Yep.
All right. So back to this drink. So Negroni.
It really depends. I don't know, but if anything is like an old fashioned Negroni, and it's shots of Reposado.
Okay.
Yeah, it's really shots. Yep.
All right. So while I was in the store looking for Reposado, I noticed. What's the white one called again? Is that like a
clear crystal plata?
Yeah. Okay. So the only difference is because the longer it's sat in the barrel.
So basically, you have your clear, your crystal. So that right there is basically from the first day, you can call it clear.
Okay. And
then 364 days beyond that is now Reposado.
Okay.
And after that, it is. No, I said that wrong. Ooh, sorry about that. The first 3 months is clear. And then after the first 3 months, now you have Reposado.
Okay.
And then after 364 days, now you have something called Añejo, which means aged well. Okay. I said that all the way backwards when I first started. I shouldn't have said it. But yeah, so this right here has to sit 3 months.
Okay. And
before you could take it out and put it in a bottle.
Okay.
Yep. And then you have your Añejos, where it's like, I know people love Clase Azul, 1942, and things of that sort.
Do you get into any of all that jazz, like the real fancy hip hop?
Some of them, I put it like this, because they might pay me one day. So some of them are good, and some of the other ones is just like it's too high.
Okay.
It's overly priced.
All right, so we're back.
Yes, we are.
Now, 2 drinks, 2 husky drinks, 2 Lamont Darrien drinks in,
with
with no juice, and I'm impressed.
Thank you.
This bell pepper really is taking me out.
Why is it?
I just wasn't expecting a bell pepper in my drink.
The same thing we can eat, we can also drink this stuff.
Okay, so clearly this is something that I don't want to say, no shade, to the bartenders. But what's the difference between a bartender and mixologist?
So this is how I'll put it. I always say, so when it comes to mixology, a lot of art in it, is a lot of science. Like when I say science, I mean science. I was horrible in science in school. But a lot of stuff that I had to learn is a lot of science to go into this. But I'll put it like this. The bartender is the cook. The mixologist is the chef.
Got it.
So
that's a good way.
You got your cooks on the line, then you got your chef that's going to make sure everything is good. So yeah, that's basically the best way I can put it. Yeah. But anybody could be a mixologist. Just don't think you can't, because like I said, I went to school for it, and then one day I kept on studying it, and then I started getting calls.
So you started out a bartender?
Yeah, I started out a bartender. Yep.
Okay.
Yep. So that's that.
Like I said, that's no shade to anyone. I'm an at-home bartender. I'm not a mixologist. You know, some of my friends will say that I think that I'm the best bartender in the world. I'm not going to toot my horn, but BB.
You don't have to go to school to be a mixologist.
I know. I can make a good drink, you know, in here, in the confines of Chateau Rocher. Right. I'm good. What I'm saying is, this understanding the difference makes you respect the craftsmanship. When you go and you drink, you know, $20. You know, why is my drink $20? Because the mixologist made it. You know, it's a lot that goes into it. It's not just, we pour a little jug of juice out and put some triple sec and some peach schnapps or some, I don't want to say the low brand, you know, vodka, you know, the names. I don't want to name names, but it's just not, it's more that goes into it. He made me an old fashioned. I could taste hardly any alcohol. I could taste all the components to the drink, the smokiness of the wood, the honey and the maple syrup. I could also taste I still don't know the name of that fancy ass, Demerol, fancy ass simple syrup he made with the cinnamon sticks and all that. But I could taste all those flavors. So now when I go out, when the world opens back fully up again and I can sit at a bar and order a drink, I can appreciate everything that my mixologist put into it. Okay?
Yep.
All right. So I have one more question for you before we go.
What's the question?
So, what is your Gangsta juice?
What's my Gangsta juice?
You know. And if anybody know what gangster juice is, what's that drink that make you knuck if you buck? Everybody got that one drink that gets you rowdy. Don't talk to me. Don't look at me, son, because it's on site. It's going down. You best believe if I'm drinking this, I'm probably rumbling.
See, I'm a saint now, so I don't.
So back in AI, if you want to take it back,
AI?
what was your drink? Was it like the Nicolai's, the Jacqueline's?
So in AI, I'm pretty sure you remember Animal House. They made something called Pink Magic. It was Everclear and pink lemonade. That was it.
Anytime you hear Everclear, just know you better run.
Yeah. And
Okay.
I remember taking a shot of that one day, and it tastes like I was drinking sand. Nah, don't ever do it. It's not good.
So it's safe to say, no more gangster juice
No
for
more
you.
gangster juice. I mean, other than that, I take shots of everything, to be honest, except vodka.
Okay.
I don't really care. Bring it up. Matter of fact, give me a bottle.
Okay. Okay. All right. Well, thank you for being here today
Thank you for
at
having
home
me.
with J. Roche.
Right.
I hope you guys have learned a little bit how to make some cool cocktails at home, just in case we stuck in the house a little bit longer. You know how to entertain yourself and, you know, bring the nightlife, the bar life, or whatever into your home.
To be honest, you can call me. I do private events.
Okay.
I've done plenty of house calls this COVID. Plenty of them.
Okay.
Yeah.
That may be for my next event. A little, you know.
I can't. I got over 500 students that can.
All right. Well, everybody, Lamont Darrien. I'm J. Roche. Thank you.